You know what I like about Age of Imprisonment? It's a canonical Zelda spin-off, which means that Link is not in this game for once, which is kind of refreshing actually.
Well, excuse me, princess.
What was that?
I swear, it's like Zelda doesn't even know I exist anymore.
Oh boy.
Bye-bye.
In 1989, the Legend of Zelda franchise got its own cartoon series. Opinions on this cartoon have always been very mixed on the internet, but I always liked it as a kid. Now recently, all 13 episodes got re-released on DVD, and you can very easily buy this DVD for very cheap on Amazon. This DVD gets re-released at least once a decade if I heard correctly, so it's kinda nice that an actual effort to preserve this piece of media has always been made. Like, imagine if video games got the same treatment. Imagine, a game that released decades ago gets a re-release every once in a while. Wouldn't that be amazing for game preservation? And terrible for scalpers too. I believe the German version also gets re-released on DVD every once in a while, so that's kinda cool too. But if you want the English version, you'd probably have to import from the USA. Well, today, I wanna see whether this cartoon holds up well or not. So let's watch the DVD then, shall we?
And for some strange reason, both my PS3 and my PS5 refuse to let me watch this DVD because I'm from Europe and this DVD is from the US. My physical PS4 and PS5 games don't have region lock, so why does this DVD have it? It's so unfair.
My sister owns the American version of Frozen 2 on Blu-ray because she preferred the American box art over the European one, and that works perfectly fine on our PS5.
PlayStation, you stupid fox!
Thankfully though, the DVD does work perfectly fine on my PC. So let's watch it there then, shall we? Now I mentioned earlier that opinions on this cartoon have always been mixed, so what exactly do I mean by that? So I've always got the impression that most people on the internet don't think this is a good adaptation of the Zelda franchise because it's not very faithful to the source material. Link is a playboy, Zelda is very bossy, the king is goofy, Ganon is dumb and goofy, and so on. But what the internet tends to forget is that when this cartoon came out, there were only two Zelda games, Zelda 1 and Zelda 2. And this cartoon has no Zelda 2 references at all of the inspiration comes from Zelda 1. But basically, there is barely any source material to work with, as the Zelda franchise was still in its super duper early infancy stage. So yeah, of course a bunch of personal interpretation and stereotypical cartoon tropes were used in this. What else do you expect? I always liked the cartoon as a kid. My older cousins burnt all episodes on a DVD because the show never existed in our country and I was allowed to borrow the DVD as they really recommended the show. I love the fact that the Zelda main theme and the regular dungeon theme have several remixes throughout the show performed with actual instruments. 8-bit music was all the franchise had in 1989 after all. And speaking of 8-bit, there's a lot of iconic 8-bit sound effects from Zelda 1 throughout the show, and I absolutely love that too. The sound effect of sword beams and defeated enemies are probably the ones you will hear the most. And last but not least, I love the portrayal of the characters. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it sure is mine. Link is a playboy that loves to make silly puns. Zelda is a tsundere for Link and she's also kind of bossy. And Ganon is a very dumb villain. But hey, you gotta hand it to him, he's constantly coming up with very clever plans to conquer Hyrule. I think the dynamic between the three characters is great, and they never fail to put a smile on my face. It was kind of unknown yet at the time what their personalities were supposed to be in the games, which is why I'm fine with what we got and why I think the complaints of this cartoon not being very faithful to the characters kind of makes no sense. Well anyway, let's take a look at all 13 episodes of the show today. Yes, that's right, all 13 episodes. Let's go.
Hey, paisanos! It's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show!
Mario? What are you doing here?
So yeah, funny story actually. The Zelda cartoon was originally part of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. From Monday through Thursday you'd get a cartoon episode of Mario after the live action bits from that show. But on Fridays, you'd get an episode of Zelda instead after the live-action Mario and Luigi bits. Isn't that very clever? The Mario intro showing up before the Zelda intro is a remnant of that, and yes, this happens on every single episode on this DVD. Although the live-action skits for Mario are not here, sadly enough. Now, can we actually get to watching an episode of Zelda, please? Episode 1. The Ringer. The episode starts just like how most games in the series start, with Link sleeping. Although this iconic trope didn't exist yet in the games. Yeah, this cartoon predicted a lot of iconic Zelda staples long before they even existed. There's plenty more where that came from.
Another beautiful day in the magical kingdom of Hyrule. Boring place. I used to roam the world, fighting monsters and sleeping in mud. A hero's life. Now look at me. Living in a castle, sleeping in a bed. Aren't I sweet? Yeah!
So Link lives in Hyrule Castle as the guardian of the Triforce of Wisdom, but for some strange reason he doesn't seem to like the fact that he lives in a castle, missing his adventures in the great outdoors and sleeping in the mud. Sounds like this guy needs to play some Breath of the Wild. However, there is one thing Link does love about living in the castle, and that is Princess Zelda.
Looking good, princess! Especially from this angle!
I told you, you should have put on a robe.
Right away, the dynamic between Link and Zelda is clear, and boy is it hilarious. Shortly after that though, some Moblins sneak into Link's room in an attempt to steal the Triforce. We get a really epic battle with lots of iconic sound effects while the Zelda main theme plays in the background. A good introduction of what the show is about and what you can expect from it. The final Moblin that Link defeated drops a bow and Link picks it up for potential future use, just like in Breath of the Wild. Another prediction for future Zelda games.
It's me, Zelda.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. After saving the Triforce from evil, the hero gets his reward. Ow!
Don't you ever whistle at me again.
Ouch!
Don't you ever clean in here?
Excuse me, princess.
He said it! He said the thing!
Yeah, Link has a catchphrase in the show. Well, excuse me, princess. I have quoted this catchphrase way too many times throughout my life, and believe me, I will continue to do so for many decades to come. Back to the episode, Zelda commands Link to stay in his room all day to protect the Triforce from Ganon, while she has to host a magician's contest. We then get our first scene of Ganon, who's upset that his minions failed to get the Triforce of Wisdom. He then comes up with a plan to enter the magician's contest in an attempt to distract Link and get him out of his room so he can grab it.
But you're no amateur. You're a pro.
Also, the Triforce of Power is already in Ganon's possession and apparently it can talk? Sounding very manly there, Din. Oh yeah, there's a fairy character named Sprite, and she has a crush on Link.
You're a girl, Sprite. How can I get Zelda to pay more attention to me?
Who cares? She's a snot. You should stick with me.
Sprite, you're only 3 inches high.
What? You don't like short girls?
Well anyway, Ganon turns a lizard into what I believe is supposed to be Aqua Mantis, the first boss of Zelda 1, in order to get Link out of his room. Oh wow, he even makes the iconic roar that you hear before entering a boss room. After a heroic battle, Zelda scolds Link for not guarding the Triforce, followed by...
Well, excuse me, princess.
And then they hear Sprite scream because Ganon is indeed in Link's room attempting to steal the Triforce. And then the Triforce of Wisdom, who can also talk apparently, makes a funny little rhyme.
Evil is the path you choose, but evildoers always lose.
Nice going, Nehru!
Move it, you boneheads! Get us out of here!
Ganon's got the Triforce of Wisdom.
And he's getting away! We'll never catch him now!
Yeah, of course you're never going to catch him by just standing there like idiots! Thankfully though, Zelda comes up with a great idea to catch up to Ganon, and the two of them do what looks like a Breath of the Wild speedrunning technique to me.
Ta-da! Saved your life again. Kiss me.
Better get used to Link attempting to kiss Zelda. It happens a lot. Ganon sends some Stalfos to fight Link and Zelda, and Link gives Zelda the bow from earlier. The two of them work together and fight very well, just like in future games. Another staple of the franchise that this show predicted. In addition, this is also the first time we see Zelda wield a bow. Yet another staple that started here.
Oh, you imbeciles! Get them like this!
Ganon, please, this isn't Punch-Out! Zelda and Link fend off the remaining Stalfos and eventually Ganon too. Seeing them fight together is really freaking cool. I genuinely really love this.
Ta-da! The Triforce! Saved the kingdom again, princess. Not bad, eh?
You got lucky. Now get this belt off.
No,
What do you want?
a kiss. Come on.
No.
Then we stay like this.
Oh, all right. I suppose you do deserve some reward. Just don't try to make a habit of this.
Oh, I won't. I promise.
Hey! Knock it off, you two!
Sprite?
Sprite interrupts the kiss, Link gets upset, Zelda laughs, and Ganon is stuck in his own jar, vowing his revenge. The end.
Do the Marios!
Oh hey Mario! Episode 2. Cold Spells. Because it's the first day of spring, Zelda orders Link to do some spring cleaning around the castle. So Link does what he does best. He pretends to be sick. And Sprite, who was also ordered to help with the cleaning, believes him and tells him to rest. Meanwhile, Zelda is cleaning Link's dirty room and then gets attacked by a bird. And, oh wow, Zelda really knows how to hold her own by simply choking the bird to death in Link's stinky clothes and bedsheets. Zelda then decides to lie down for a bit after the brief fight, until...
Phew.
Zelda!
Link!
Oh boy, smooching time!
Ah!
Oh,
Sprite then explains to Zelda that Link has a cold and that he needs to stay in bed. Zelda of course doesn't believe him, especially not after that jump from earlier where he seemed very healthy, but surprisingly enough, she lets Link rest anyway just in case. Meanwhile, at Ganon's place. I love the fact that they showed that mountain, by the way. That bird from earlier reports to Ganon about the cleaning, and somehow that makes him think he has a good chance of stealing the Triforce of Wisdom now. Yeah, sometimes the show doesn't make much sense, but only sometimes though.
As for you, back in the evil jar!
The evil jar?
Ew.
Ganon curses Sprite, which makes her more energetic and more powerful. How is that bad exactly? Well, we'll see that in a moment.
Make this bed, mop the floor, wash the walls, dust, and no sneaking off to see Link.
Yes, Your Highness?
Whoa, chill out, Zelda. She's just a little fairy. Why is she so bossy? Sprite uses her magic on the cleaning tools and notices that her magic has gotten more powerful. And then everything goes wrong, a la the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Link and Zelda notice something's wrong and they go and check up on her. Which also reveals to Zelda that Link was indeed only pretending to have a cold. They figure Ganon's up to something again, but first they gotta save Sprite from the cleaning tools. While they are distracted, just like he planned, Ganon steals the Triforce of Wisdom. Link and Zelda then go to check up on the Triforce, but it's too late. The Triforce is already gone. Sprite feels guilty for what happened, so she decides to help Link and Zelda get the Triforce back from Ganon, as they are risking their lives trying to get it back. So here's another staple of the franchise this cartoon predicted. Zelda always riding a white horse and Link always riding a brown one. Isn't that another funny coincidence? Link and Zelda go on a mini adventure in the underground world. They get captured by Ganon, who threatens them with a Goma, but eventually Sprite shows up to save them. The Goma and Ganon are defeated, but in a last-ditch effort to screw them over, Ganon fires a spell that makes the entire room crumble. Now this is where something really frustrating happens. Zelda is about to save the Triforce of Power along with the Triforce of Wisdom, but because everything is about to crumble, Link stops her, saying there is no time to get both and pulls her away. She could have very easily grabbed that one too. Link, you're such an idiot sometimes. Basically, the gist of the show is whoever gets both Triforces gets to rule Hyrule. Meaning that getting both Triforces means that the kingdom will be safe from Ganon once and for all. I think. They never give out more details than that. Well, anyway, the Triforce of Wisdom is safe and Zelda orders Link and Sprite to clean her room. They try to get out of it by pretending to be sick. The end. Episode 3. The White Knight. Okay, now this is probably my favorite episode of the show. It is so funny. Link and Zelda are hanging out in a village until an army of what I assume are either Darknuts or Armos appear and attack the village. Link very quickly defeats some of them and one of them even drops a red rupee. Red rupees didn't exist yet in the franchise until this episode came out, so that's another staple this cartoon did first. More monsters show up and grab Link, and hey look, a crossbow! Just like Link's crossbow training! Okay, that one's a little far-fetched, I admit. Crossbows are a very stereotypical medieval fantasy trope after all. A monster grabs Link and then blows on a horn to call reinforcements. Another staple of the franchise that didn't exist yet for a long time. We then get our first look at an Octorok in the show, and wow, they're really big in here. Funnily enough, the two remaining monsters get distracted by the rupee and they start to fight over it, until Link shows up again claiming that the rupee's his. Hey, look at that! Another staple of the franchise that didn't exist yet. Link struggles some more with the Octorok until suddenly Simon Belmont shows up to save the day. Okay, that's not Simon Belmont. He introduces himself as Prince Facade. Hey, where have I heard that name before? Sounds kinda suspicious if you ask me. Zelda is charmed by him immediately, sadly enough. So much so that she can't even remember Link's name.
This is my friend, well, an acquaintance. Somebody I know slightly. His name's Stink.
Link.
Oh, that was savage, Zelda! Facade acts like a jerk and grabs Link's rupee. Mine, I think. And he and Zelda leave Link behind to walk all the way back home on his own. The poor guy. Meanwhile in Dead Mountain, Ganon is aware that Prince Facade is in the kingdom and apparently they have some sort of history together that is never elaborated on further. Ganon claims he knows Facade's weakness and he's gonna use that to his advantage. His weakness, you ask? He's afraid of getting dirty and would never get himself dirty, not even to save a princess. Well, that explains why he refused to shake Link's dirty hand earlier. You know, this version of Ganon can still have some decently smart plans sometimes. Also in the next scene, we finally get to see the king for the very first time. He exists apparently. And he's very dumb too. Zelda has completely forgotten about Link and is head over heels for Facade. And Facade, well, he is head over heels for his own reflection.
Where is Link anyway?
Who?
Meanwhile, Link is taking a nice bath. Wait, whoa, are we even allowed to see this? Link is upset that Zelda's attention is all going to Facade. And then Sprite shows up to give him a clean towel as an excuse to see him naked. No, I am not joking.
Ah! Sprite, get out of here! I'm taking a bath!
I know. You look cute. Need your back scrubbed?
No!
I like you just the way you are. Especially at the moment.
Out of here!
Sure you don't need your back scrubbed?
As Facade is telling Zelda how he fought Ganon before in the past, Link shows up wearing, this outfit that is supposed to make him look like a prince.
Telling lies, eh? Mind if I join you?
Link, what are you wearing?
Oh, this old thing? Had it for years.
As everyone is laughing at Link's fumble, Link leaves very angrily and Zelda finally starts to feel a little guilty. Link on the other hand is very upset that Zelda was laughing at him and decides to leave the castle for good. Also, was he just wearing boots over boots? He takes his horse, whose name is apparently Catherine.
Let's hit the road, Catherine.
Which one though? And then he heads off. Ganon sees this as the perfect opportunity to let his minions capture Zelda. While Facade fights off some Tektites, Zelda gets captured and Link can hear her scream in the distance and he heads back immediately. As Facade is making chase to save Zelda, the Zora that captured her jumps into the mud. And Facade refuses to save Zelda because he doesn't want to get his clothes dirty.
Sorry, Princess, no can do, I'm afraid. These are my hero clothes, and heroes simply do not get dirty.
What? Why, you useless fuck!
Did she just drop an F-bomb? Ganon's plan seems to be going exactly as he wanted, until Link finally shows up to save the day. He doesn't think she's worth saving, but does it anyway. Also, Zelda is wearing the wrong clothes for a brief moment. The two of them make up and Facade gets told off, which makes him fall in the mud. And hey, Link even gets his red rupee back. All's well, ends well. Ain't that right, Facade? Episode 4. Kiss and Tell. One day, Zelda is riding a horse all on her own while complaining about the fact that Link promised to go with her but didn't come because he's still asleep. Until suddenly, she hears a woman cry for help. The woman is getting attacked by a Gleeok, but it's obviously a stage trap.
Darling, you look good enough to eat.
Oh, I am lost! Will no handsome hero save me from this three-headed freak?
Hey, watch the insults, will you? Yeah, that's not in the script.
I am getting into the part.
I really like how the three Gleeok heads are each their own person and they're funny too. Once again predicting something that will happen in a future game. The Hydra from Kid Icarus is surprising. Yeah, it's not a Zelda game this time. Zelda comes to the rescue, but then the Gleeok heads tell themselves that it's the wrong person and that they were expecting Link to come fight him. The funny thing is, Zelda fights the Gleeok by throwing fruit at his heads, which is actually a very effective strategy to fighting them in Tears of the Kingdom. I think. The woman refuses to escape with Zelda because she wants to be rescued by a handsome hero. And at exactly that moment, Link shows up.
It's about time you got here.
It's about time he got up.
Link eventually defeats the Gleeok thanks to Zelda predicting Mario Kart with her banana peel. And then the woman offers to repay Link with a kiss.
My hero! Link!
What's up with the realistic water background behind Zelda? As it turns out, the woman was a Gibdo all along and her kiss turned Link into a frog. Yeesh, am I happy for Link that it wasn't a Gibdo from Tears of the Kingdom. Hey, listen! Another prediction for the future of the Zelda franchise. The ribbit noises Link makes are the exact same ones used in Phantom Hourglass. Zelda defeats the Gibdo and then shows Link his reflection so he can see what happened to him. Link breaks out crying immediately and Zelda comforts him. But the comforting doesn't last very long as Ganon attacks the two of them, rendering Link unconscious and kidnapping Zelda. When Link wakes up, he finds himself eating spiders, finding them yummy, only to feel grossed out immediately after once he realizes what he just did. He then goes back to Hyrule Castle to tell Sprite what happened, while also accidentally scaring her with his tongue as Link now has the urge to eat small creatures with it. The Triforce of Wisdom tells them that they need to seek out the Witch of Walls, as she might be able to help Link. After a surprisingly short search, the Witch of Walls shows up and tells Link that in order to break the spell, a princess has to kiss him out of her own free will. Now something super weird happens that thankfully has never happened in the video games, and I hope it stays that way. As Ganon is monologuing to Zelda, he suggests that maybe she'll give him a kiss. I suddenly like this version of Ganon a lot less. Whenever Ganon kidnaps Zelda in the games, which doesn't even happen all that often anymore, the reason is so he can get the Triforce of Wisdom. Which is also what he wants in the cartoon, but why does he all of a sudden want Zelda to be his bride? Oh crap, I just spoiled a future episode. Ignore what I said just now, we'll get back to this topic later. Link and Sprite save Zelda very quickly and easily with no trouble at all. So much for this frog curse making Link useless. Link explains to Zelda that she needs to kiss him in order to return back to normal, And for the very first time, Zelda agrees to kiss him. Until Ganon ruins it and zaps Link before they get the chance. Ganon then tries to recapture Zelda in the silliest way possible, and Sprite, feeling sorry for Link having such a hard day, gives him a kiss on the cheek. For some strange reason, this turns him back to normal. Link then defeats Ganon with a carpet? Okay.
Oh! Help me! Ah!
After they escape, Link wonders why Sprite was able to break the curse when he had to be kissed by a princess. Sprite then explains that her father is the king of fairies, making her a princess. But if Sprite knew this, then why didn't she kiss Link before they went to save Zelda? And why did Link and Zelda not know this about her already in the first place? To everyone's surprise, Zelda actually asks Link if he still wants that kiss. But then Link accidentally eats a fly out of old habit, and Zelda is no longer interested in kissing him after he did something so gross. And thus ends episode 4. Episode 5. Sing for the Unicorn. The king and Link are walking on the balcony while reminiscing about the amazing dinner they just had. Meanwhile, Ganon is riding a flying unicorn? Okay, that's new. Back at the castle, Link is now using a grapple hook, something we won't see in the games until Wind Waker, to sneak into Zelda's room. The king notices and is not opposed to what Link is doing at all, even giving him advice.
Just gonna swing in through your daughter's window and try to get her to kiss me.
Not a chance.
No?
No. You'll need to take flowers. Then you might succeed. Yes. Girls are crazy about flowers.
Flowers. Right. Thanks.
Good luck, my boy. My boy.
My boy, 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 my boy.
Surprisingly enough, Zelda liked what Link did and even plans on rewarding him with a kiss.
You're sweet, Link. Clumsy, but sweet. So for you, a big kiss.
You mean it worked?
But then the kiss gets interrupted as usual by the king screaming for help because Ganon is trying to kidnap him. Link tries to save the king, but ultimately fails.
I say, that wasn't nice at all.
What makes you say that? Link tries to save the king one more time as he's falling, but once again, to no avail.
Really, that was quite impolite.
You know, the King of Hyrule really has a way with words. Link then presumably dies.
Link! Link! Link, speak to me! Link!
Oh, dying. Kiss me.
Or not. Is it just me, or are these episodes getting a lot more exciting now? Ganon celebrates the fact that he captured a flying unicorn and the king, whose name is Harkinian, by the way. Oh, so that's where this guy's name comes from. The internet mispronounces his name all the time though. Harkinian gets locked up in a room where the floor is slowly starting to disappear, and Zelda and Link are on their way to Ganon's lair to save him. Zelda is wondering how Ganon got such a beautiful creature, as that's not his style, and Link tells her not to touch the statues surrounding them. But Zelda already touched one, turning it into an Armos just like in the games. And man, these guys are huge in the cartoon! Bigger than most boss enemies like the Gleeok from last episode. After accidentally awakening all three of them, Link and Zelda quickly defeat them.
Ta-da! Saved you again! Kiss me.
I was just going to.
This always happens!
And once again a kiss gets interrupted. Is it just me, or is Zelda a lot more willing to accept Link's advances ever since the whole facade fiasco from episode 3? It's interesting how there is some actual character building there in that regard. Hey look, a Leviathan fossil! Just like in Breath of the Wild! After struggling with some Stalfos, a mysterious ninja shows up to save the day, until they start to attack Link for some reason. Turns out the ninja is a girl from a faraway land, and it was her flying unicorn that Ganon stole. Her native language? Chipmunk gibberish!
I know
Thank you, Brittany. Oh, by the way, Ganon can stand on walls now. Who taught him flow motion? And Link fights 2 Lionels at the same time. Now that's impressive. And look, they dropped the recorder. Shortly after, they find and save both the unicorn and the king. Meanwhile, Link has an epic battle with Ganon on a bridge. But Ganon breaks the bridge, leaving Link in a tight spot. But shortly after, he realizes he can use the warp whistle he just found to transport everyone back to the outside world.
I say! We're on our way home! Kiss me, princess!
Oh, no! I'm too dizzy! Oh.
Aw, come on!
Episode 6. That sinking feeling. Link invited Zelda over to a picnic at a very romantic place he discovered. Zelda loves it, and the two of them get surprisingly intimate with each other for a kids cartoon.
Shut up and kiss me.
Boy, it works faster than I thought.
Are you gonna talk or smooch?
Pucker up, princess.
And then their almost kiss gets interrupted again by the ground rising upwards, revealing a bunch of Tektites trying to kidnap Zelda yet again. Eventually, during the fight, Zelda gets mummified by their reps and gets dragged away, which looks very funny in my opinion. Link barely saves Zelda from getting her head squished, and she scolds him for almost being too slow.
Well, excuse me!
She cools down pretty much immediately though, and even offers to kiss Link, as at least the place still looks romantic.
Can you guess what happens next? A. Link finally gets to kiss Zelda. B. They get interrupted yet again. Or C. Zelda knees Link. If you chose B, then you are correctamundo!
The Cupid statue suddenly sinks. Link assumes Ganon is up to something yet again, and Zelda says she is fed up and wants to have a showdown with him. It turns out that Goriah found an otherworldly magnet for Ganon that can sink pretty much anything down to his lair. The Cupid statue was just a mistake made by the Goriah apparently. He was just trying to get Link and Zelda. Link and Zelda take the Triforce of Wisdom and are on their way to Ganon. At first I was confused why they are taking the Triforce with them, as that would only make the risk of Ganon stealing it bigger by going to him with it. But then I realized that Zelda gets strong magic powers whenever she holds the Triforce of Wisdom in the show. So I guess it makes sense. Shortly after they leave, the castle starts sinking underground. Ganon did this so he can easily grab the Triforce of Wisdom from Link's room. What he doesn't know though is that the Triforce of Wisdom is not in the castle right now. While looking for an underground entrance, Link bombs a wall just like in the first game, but why the heck does the bomb change designs in the middle of the animation? Ganon finds out that the Triforce isn't in the castle and is very upset.
I'm very upset!
How old are you, like 7? Meanwhile, Harkinian and Sprite are hiding in a piece of armor to hide from the upset Ganon. On their way to Hyrule Castle, Zelda uses the Triforce of Wisdom to summon... stairs.
Useful gizmo, that Triforce!
They then get attacked by a Dark Nut, who, after defeat, drops a power bracelet.
Slay Queen!
Link and Zelda then arrive at the castle and challenge Ganon to a battle. While Link is trying to distract Ganon, Zelda tries to grab the Triforce of Power so they can hopefully defeat him once and for all. But Link gets tied up by one of Ganon's spells, and Zelda is getting sucked in by Ganon as well. Zelda tells Link to use the power bracelet to break free, and it works like a charm. The castle rises again after Link hurls Ganon against the magnet, and in a very frustrating turn of events, Link once again stops Zelda from getting the Triforce of Power, because he thinks getting back to the castle in time before it fully rises is more important. Link, you are such an idiot. With the power of both Triforces, you guys could have very easily gone back up again. You two are good at that even without special powers anyway.
At least the castle's back and everyone's safe.
Yes, you certainly saved the day, my boy. Good show.
I figure I deserve a kiss for that, don't you?
Eh? Oh, well, I suppose, if you insist. Mwah.
Welcome to Recorder Lessons with Dylan. Today, I'm gonna teach you how to play Holy Night, Silent Night. Holy Night, Silent Night, Sleep Angel. I don't know the lyrics any more than this.
Episode 7, Underworld Connections. This episode starts with Link sleepwalking. As he's sleepwalking, he's trying to assassinate Zelda? Oh no! Oh, never mind. He's just trying to sneak into her room in his sleep. Hey look, he's walking on a tightrope like in Skyward Sword. Zelda wakes Link up in the most dangerous place possible and is upset at him even though it's not really entirely his fault.
Anyway, Princess, can you blame me? Whether I'm awake or asleep, you're the girl of my dreams.
That's the sappiest line I've ever heard.
Did it work anyway?
Judge for yourself.
Aw, we were this close to getting a Spider-Man kiss. Some minions show up and blow up the Triforce of Wisdom into 3 separate pieces. After Link gets heroically rescued by Zelda, he is able to save one piece of the Triforce. The other 2 minions fly off and split up, each holding a piece of the Triforce. Also, Link wears the exact same underwear as Crash Bandicoot. Very important detail for me. Also, Zelda, close your rope, there's children watching. Zelda tells Link that by zapping the piece of the Triforce that they have, they can attack the minions carrying the other 2 pieces from a distance. The plan works, and now Link and Zelda can feel where each piece landed by touching their own piece. They feel that one landed in a wet place and the other in a very hot place. They then go on a late night quest to collect the other 2 pieces. I love the fact that they finally did something in regards to collecting pieces of the Triforce. It's the main thing you collect in Zelda 1 after all. Ganon decides to let Link and Zelda do the dirty work for him and lets them collect the pieces of the Triforce so he can then snatch them away later. Another fun reference to Zelda 1 is Zelda draining this pond in order to get inside the dungeon. Although she didn't need a warp whistle to do it, unlike Link in the game.
No wonder I never caught any fish here.
Aha! Link likes fishing! That didn't happen until Link's awakening! Hey, the iconic compass is here too finally! I guess that's how Link and Zelda always know where to go in the show. Okay, so here's a cool detail. You know how the snake enemies in Zelda are always called ropes? Well, they literally have rope textures on them here, which is a super cool detail. And they even tangle together like ropes when they're falling right here. Turns out one of the pieces is underwater and...
Excuse me, Princess!
Aha! Another Skyward Sword prediction! Credit where credit is due. This version of Link is a really good swimmer. He doesn't need flippers, he doesn't need the Zora armor, this guy's just a natural talent. After getting the piece though, Link gets attacked by an Aqua Mantis. Is it just me or is this Aqua Mantis really tiny compared to the one Link fought in episode 1? Well anyway, Zelda bombs the fiend and saves Link.
Ta-da! Your Triforce chunk, fair maiden. Kiss me.
Wonderful!
Link and Zelda find the final piece in a hot lava area. Ganon shows up trying to steal it, he burns his hands, Zelda completes the Triforce, and then Link and Ganon start fighting.
2 zaps! 1 more in your history, Ganon.
Oh, that's a zap you won't make, Link.
Wait, Link and Ganon know about video game logic? Okay. Ganon surrounds Link with flames just like in Wind Waker. And now Link is shield surfing. It's just one prediction of the future right after the other.
Flame surfing!
Okay, sure, we'll call it flame surfing then. The day is saved and Zelda refuses to kiss Link because he's dirty. You know, you're no better than Facade now, princess. Episode 8, Doppelganger. Oh, now this is a good one. So this episode starts with a Moblin climbing one of the castle's many towers with a bunch of boomerangs in his mouth. Meanwhile, Link is casually practicing his swordplay while whistling a familiar tune.
It's Green Hill Zone!
He then gets attacked by the Moblin and literally 5 seconds later he defeats the Moblin. Not exactly the most exciting fight ever, but hey, at least the Moblin dropped the blue ring, which Link calls
A force field ring. Just what I always wanted for Christmas.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold the phone! Christmas exists in Hyrule? That makes no sense at all, unless Dinforor and Nehru created their own version of baby Jesus or something. This cartoon is not lore accurate.
Well, anyway, back to the show. After that singular Moblin apologizes to an upset Ganon, Ganon realizes that Link does have one weakness, Zelda, and that Link will do anything for her. He creates a mirror and sends it flying to the castle like a frisbee. Bambi, watch out! Wait, is it just me, or was that the Wrecking Crew hammer sound? The mirror ends up in Zelda's room, and Zelda and Sprite decide to keep the mirror, I guess, even though they have no idea where it came from or from who. Later that evening, Zelda is brushing her hair in front of the mirror, until all of a sudden a weird flash of light envelops the mirror. An evil looking version of Zelda then shows up in the mirror with a bunch of Moblins. Link wakes up after hearing Zelda scream and is on his way to her rescue. Meanwhile, the Moblins are capturing Zelda in a bag, which reminds me of my favorite upcoming holiday. Zelda gets taken through the mirror right before Link shows up to fight off the Moblins. Link mistakes the Doppelganger for the real Zelda, but then gets attacked by 2 more Moblins who are still hiding in the room. But one of them breaks the mirror, meaning that Zelda's Doppelganger has to go back to Ganon's lair the long way after stealing the Triforce of Wisdom. She then decides to use Link with the worst acting I've ever seen in my entire life.
Link! Thank goodness you're here!
Well, hey, that's what heroes are for. Woo-wee! Finally! Kinda colder than I expected.
Step on me, Queen? On their way to Ganon, Link notices in the river that Zelda has no reflection. He realizes immediately that that kiss from earlier was too good to be true, and that this girl isn't Zelda. Link decides to just go along with her plan though in order to save the real Zelda while scheming to double-cross the fake somewhere along the way.
Welcome to my humble domain, Princess Coochie-Coo!
Coochie-Coo? Seriously, Ganon? After Ganon explains his plan to Zelda, Zelda is able to escape surprisingly easy. Ganon should really learn to use some of his minions as guards or something. Whenever he kidnaps someone, just put a bunch of Gleeoks around her or something. Or just check her pockets and empty them before tying her up. After complaining that the Triforce of Wisdom is too heavy, fake Zelda gives Link the most awkward looking kiss of all time, hoping that that will motivate him.
Better now?
Oh yes, much better.
Good. Come on.
And I guess Link is really good at impersonating Zelda's voice now. Like, what just happened here? After an ambush from some enemy Moblins and Stelphos...
Boneheads!
Stelphos... Fake Zelda awkwardly kisses Link again until the real Zelda just casually walks in on them.
Fuck!
Fake Zelda then grabs the Triforce and runs away. Link and Zelda then attempt to capture her and it feels like a Scooby-Doo scene. After a lot of running and falling, Link decides to use the force field ring to safely fall down all the way to fake Zelda's location. The real Zelda then is briefly wearing fake Zelda's clothes for one shot, and then she goes running after the fake again. The 2 Zeldas then fall in the water, making it impossible for Link to tell who is the real one. So Link suggests something that only Link could ever suggest to solve something like this.
A kissing contest! Ooh-wee! Very good! Next. Ow! That's my Zelda, alright.
The Zelda that slaps him instead of giving him a kiss is of course the winner. Zelda then zaps the fake once and for all. Ganon then shows up, but 2 seconds later, Link already defeats him by zapping the ceiling, which crumbles right on top of him. Which reminds me, these underground dungeons that Ganon resides in this cartoon, it's kind of a precursor to the depths from Tears of the Kingdom. How did I not realize this during the Sinking Castle episode? Just look at how they're escaping back to the surface. It's kinda like Ascent. The episode then ends with Link suggesting that Zelda should maybe wear a black outfit every once in a while. Episode 9. Stinging a Stinger. Link is chilling on his horse while doing the whole she loves me not thing with the flower. Until he hears a scream from help nearby. It turns out to be a peddler who is getting robbed. After defeating the robbers in a badass way, the peddler introduces himself as Sleazenose.
Well, that name doesn't sound very trustworthy.
As a reward for saving him, Sleazenose offers Link a brand new sword for free, as long as Link trades his current sword. After Link hesitates to trade the sword, Sleazenose keeps insisting until Link gives in, even telling him that the new sword will make him irresistible to the ladies. So Link trades the sword. Okay, let's be real here guys, this was obviously a fake robbing meant to scam Link. He then hears Zelda scream for help who is getting attacked by Petras. When Link tries to use his shiny new sword, it breaks immediately. I guess it's kind of like an Ocarina of Time, or the durability system from Breath of the Wild that Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, I guess it's kinda like those. Ganon then shows up and kidnaps both of them. Also Link's eyebrows sometimes disappear. Sleazenose then shows up as he was in cahoots with Ganon and tries to sell Link's sword to Ganon for 1000 rupees. Ganon is offended by this and just grabs the sword from him free of charge and then kidnaps him too. Link, Zelda and Sleazenose then get thrown to a cell together with the Goma as food for them.
How about this as an early dessert?
Oh, we're about to be crab bait and he's feeling romantic!
However, just like in the last episode, Ganon never empties their pockets and as such Link and Zelda are able to fight a Goma with a rope and a boomerang, while Sleazenose lockpicks the cell with one of many that he had in his pockets. They are then back at Hyrule Castle just like that. Which is weird because Ganon left to invade Hyrule Castle long before they escaped, yet he still hasn't arrived yet. They ask the Triforce of Wisdom for advice and she suggests using bugs to defeat Ganon and get Link's sword back. Yes, you heard that right, she suggested bugs of all things. We then get this long scene of Link, Zelda and Sleazenose collecting beehives and digging up bugs. This is such a weird episode. Eventually, Ganon finally arrives. He sure took his sweet time. Sleazenose then shows up before him and Ganon is of course confused as to how he escaped. Sleazenose then offers Ganon a gift as a symbol of his loyalty, the Triforce of Wisdom. But when Ganon opens the gift, a bunch of bees fly out. Link then grabs his sword from him and Zelda catapults a beehive right on Ganon and he and his minions retreat just like that. Hey, what do you know? Ganon's weakness is bees. Maybe I should defeat him with weapons fused to beehives next time I fight him in Tears of the Kingdom.
We did it! Kiss me!
I'd be glad to, honey.
Oh, I hate bad puns.
Aw, come on, princess!
Oh wow, Zelda was the one who asked Link to kiss him this time, and she then blew him off anyway because he made a pun?
I'm learning so much from this cartoon about what girls like and dislike. Mainly what they dislike.
Episode 10. Hitch in the Works. This episode starts with Link acting suspicious. Very suspicious. As it turns out, Link wanted to sneak out of the castle to go fishing, predicting his love for fishing in future games once again. Sadly enough, Zelda catches him and orders him to do some chores around the castle. While doing his chores, Link hears a weird sound which turns out to be a robot or something. The robot falls apart on its own and then this wizard named Doof shows up. Apparently he made this robot with his magic to do his chores for him. A chore robot basically. Link encourages Doof to try his invention again as having a means to doing less chores is always a good thing. But then the robot just pogos around instead. Doof is once again ready to give up his invention, but Link insists that if he keeps fine-tuning the robot, it will work eventually. Moblins then attack Link, and while he's fighting them, he does this. Link knows who Tarzan is? Maybe Sora told him. Link gets captured by a Moblin though, and Doof decides to fix his robot yet again. This time to help Link defeat the Moblins. After they are defeated, the robot falls right on top of Link, rendering him unconscious. He then wakes up, only to get immediately scolded by Zelda for sleeping on the floor while he was supposed to do his chores. Link explains what happened, but Zelda doesn't believe him. I'm gonna be completely honest here, for a brief moment I thought that maybe everything that had happened so far was a dream Link had after falling off the ladder earlier. But then Doof shows up. Link asks Doof if he could maybe create some fake Moblins for him, so he can save Zelda from them to hopefully get out of doing these chores as a reward. But Zelda overhears them. Meanwhile, Ganon is planning on kidnapping Zelda again, so he can put a remote control device on her that will make her do everything he says. Ganon is planning on using this to make Zelda marry him so he can become the ruler of Hyrule that way. Back at Hyrule Castle, Link and Zelda are doing their chores and both of them are eagerly awaiting the fake Moblin attack so they can prank each other. But then a bunch of real Moblins suddenly storm in and kidnap Zelda. Both Link and Zelda think these are the fake Moblins created by Doof, so Zelda just lets herself get kidnapped very easily. Link is confused why Zelda isn't scared and scolds the Moblins who he thinks are fake for going a little bit too far with the kidnapping. Then Doof shows up with a fake Moblin and both Link and Zelda realize that what just happened was real. It is then that Link performs a very popular Breath of the Wild speedrun tactic, one that became an actual mechanic in Tears of the Kingdom. Link tries to save Zelda, but the Moblins sadly enough get away with her. Ganon then puts the necklace around Zelda and so the wedding ceremony begins. I love how the priest is a Stalfos but with this Link's Awakening design that didn't exist yet for another 4 years. Link then crashes the wedding and Ganon sends a Gleeok after him. What's really cool about this fight is that just like in the game, the Gleeok hats start floating separate from their body. The Gleeok hats accidentally defeat Ganon while Link avoids them, and Zelda is saved. Zelda scolds Link, saying it's his fault for trying to scare her with fake Moblins, until Doof's fake Moblin shows up to actually scare her this time. It falls apart immediately, everyone laughs, Ganon is mad, end of the episode. Episode 11. Fairies in the Spring. Zelda and Harkinian are having a nice swim at the castle. Apparently a royal water park is being built right now and will be completed soon. As the soldiers are building the water park though, they get attacked by these mysterious water monsters.
Never saw anything like it, Your Majesty. Scared off all my crew and soaked the whole place. As you can see, I'm all wet.
Speaking of all wet, where's our local hero? He should be hearing this.
Zelda associates Link with wet. Link and Zelda decide to investigate the water park. Is it just me, or does this scene with the flower remind anyone else of the Silent Princess memory from Breath of the Wild? They then get attacked by a water monster and Zelda realizes that this is not one of Ganon's creatures. Believe it or not, but this is the only episode of this show without Ganon. He's not in this at all. I kinda like the change of pace. Link and Zelda then get swept away by a current of water, followed by an eel attack. After defeating the eel, well, just listen for yourselves.
Phew! I got a real charge out of that. But I think we're out of our depth in this pool.
Any more bad jokes and we're sunk for sure.
After saving each other from some monsters yet again, the king shows up and refuses to believe that the nice water park could be so dangerous, ignoring Zelda's warnings. He then gets kidnapped by a tentacle. They then go on an underwater adventure with the Drivers of Wisdom, as its magic can give them magic air helmets. Eventually, they encounter an evil fish that very heavily resembles Gjork from Majora's Mask in my opinion. I wonder when the show will stop predicting the future of this franchise.
Saved you again, princess. Kiss me.
Sure. Pucker up, hero.
Oh boy! Oh darn. I forgot about these helmets.
I didn't.
Eventually, Link and Zelda emerge from a pond, and a bunch of mysterious zaps create new water monsters surrounding them. Zelda cleverly decides to investigate the source of these zaps, and eventually catches a fairy. Zelda then realizes that they're at the fairy spring where all the fairies live, and more fairies then show up. The fairy that Zelda caught is apparently Sprite's sister. The fairies apparently didn't know who they were attacking, but what they did know was that someone was draining their water supply, so they decided to defend it. The king is here safe and sound, and already got an explanation from Sprite's father, the Fairy King, who is literally just a fairy with Harkinian's head. Oh my god, this looks so disturbing! But yeah, the water park was accidentally connected to the fairy spring. The kings made an arrangement together to simply move the water to the water park using pumps until it's full. The episode ends with all of Hyrule enjoying the water park, including the fairies. Zelda is finally willing to kiss Link again, but of course, you guessed it, gets interrupted by a jealous Sprite, who was on vacation during this entire episode. How plot convenient! Episode 12. The Moblins are revolting. As usual, the episode starts with some of Ganon's minions sneaking into Hyrule Castle in an attempt to steal the Triforce. For some strange reason, the Moblins are dressed like ninjas though. Meanwhile, Link is reading a comic book. Wait, comic books exist in Hyrule? The minions then storm into Link's room, and before Link can even get out of his bed to fight them, they all defeat themselves by accident.
Boy, I'm good.
The Moblins then blame the Gorias for what happened and they get into a fight. But soon after, they realize that the reason they always fail is because Ganon's plans are stupid and that he is an incapable leader. So they plan to kick Ganon out of his own lair and take over. Ganon then comes back with a brand new invention, a staff that can trap someone in an indestructible bubble. Only the Triforce of Power can destroy the bubble. A Moblin then steals the staff and betrays Ganon, trapping him inside a bubble. He then lets every single one of Ganon's minions roam free, and they plan to attack Hyrule Castle themselves without Ganon because they think they know better. Link and Zelda then get a threat letter from the minions who are now surrounding the castle. They notice that Ganon's not with them and Link figures Ganon's got his own troubles. The Moblin leader then tries to direct his minions to storm the castle, but they are very stupid and incapable. Zelda is very amused by seeing the villains struggle so much and figures they don't even need Link to save the day. After many hilarious failed attempts, the Moblin leader accidentally tells Link that they got rid of Ganon. So Link and Zelda see the perfect opportunity to take back the Triforce of Power from his lair, considering that he is gone now. When they arrive at Ganon's lair, they get attacked by a Dodongo. After a short fight, Link and Zelda get to the Triforce of Power, but then Ganon shows up inside his bubble. He tries to stop Link and Zelda, but is completely helpless. Link then decides to have some fun with Ganon and fools around playing hot potato. It is then that Ganon accidentally lands right on top of the Triforce, popping his bubble and thus freeing him. Link and Zelda then have to flee without the Triforce, sadly enough. Meanwhile, Ganon's former minions made a mess of things after many more failed attempts. Ganon then uses his magic to summon back all of them to give them the scolding of a lifetime.
You traitors will pay for your insolence! Will pay for your insolence! Will pay for your insolence!
You'll pay for your insolence! You'll pay for your insolence!
Zelda is very upset at Link, and rightfully so, for fooling around and freeing Ganon, preventing them from getting the Triforce of Power once again. Episode 13. The Missing Link.
So remember when people saw it as a missed opportunity that Echoes of Wisdom did not use the name Missing Link? Well, here's your reason why. The name was already taken and used before in the franchise.
This is the final episode of the show, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm kinda sad that it's almost over already. I was having a really good time binge watching all of these. The episode immediately starts with Ganon and his minions attacking Hyrule Castle once again. And then Ganon wants to... well, he wants to... just take a listen.
I want Zelda. My new wand of power will allow me to zap her into my evil jar!
But then Link ends up in his evil jar instead after Zelda deflects Ganon's attack. Ganon then goes away, telling Zelda that if she wants to see Link again, she'll have to deliver the Triforce of Wisdom to him someday. Link then shows up, but he's a ghost now and only Zelda can see him. Didn't they make a movie about that or something? Apparently, only Link's body was put in Ganon's evil jar. You see, Ganon's attack that hit Link bounced around so many times before eventually hitting him that it was weakened. Even though Zelda is the only one who can see him, everyone can still hear Link. Link and Zelda then go on a journey to get Link's body back from Ganon. Also, Link can go through walls now. They then get attacked by some stealth foes, and because Link is a ghost, Zelda has to fight them off herself using Link's sword. However, she is not very good at using the sword. Which Link told her already right before the fight, but Zelda is stubborn and won't listen. Link then tries to coach her as she's fighting, and she then slowly gets better at it. Link then also uses the fact that everyone can hear him without seeing him to his advantage to save Zelda from the stealth foes. The stealth foes then reports to Ganon what happened, and Ganon says that Zelda can only see Link's spirit if she's in love with him. Zelda and Link overhear him, Link is very happy with what he just heard, Zelda tries to deny it like a tsundere before eventually sort of admitting it.
Zelda loves me! Zelda loves me!
Shut up, you idiot! He'll hear you!
Zelda loves me! Zelda loves me!
They're here!
Wait a minute. Sprite has a crush on Link for the entire show, so why couldn't she see him too? Ugh, whatever. As Link tries to get his body back, Zelda burns some tapestry just like in Wind Waker. Link then eventually is able to get back in his body while Zelda defends herself, and then he saves the day yet again. After the two of them make their escape, Link and Zelda once again attempt to kiss each other one last time.
Well, love me or not, I did save you. Kiss me.
Well, okay, a quick little kiss, but remember, it doesn't mean anything.
Course not. Whoa!
Link! Are you alright?
Oh, this always happens.
Oh no!
And that was the 1989 Zelda cartoon. I had a really great time rewatching this show. I genuinely think it holds up well. Like, I wish there were more episodes. I know the show can be cheesy at times and even a little weird, but considering the fact that the franchise only had 2 games so far, I'd say they did a pretty good job with it. I just love the fact that this show is about both Link and Zelda constantly going on adventures together and fighting together, just like in future games. It's great to see. I personally consider this version of Link, Zelda and Ganon to be among some of the most iconic in the series. It is also funny how many future Zelda tropes were unintentionally foreshadowed in this show too. Now granted, some of them were far-fetched, but you know what I mean. That reminds me, what did Zelda yell at Facade in episode 3? Let's turn on the subtitles!
What? Why, you useless fop!
Why, you useless fop? Fop? What does that even mean? I know fop is the Dutch word for joke, but what does it mean in English? Oh, okay. Now that makes sense. As I was in the middle of making this video, Nintendo revealed some brand new screenshots of the upcoming live-action Zelda movie, and boy am I excited! I really hope that this movie is about Link and Zelda going on a journey together just like in the cartoon. And based on the screenshot, as well as the fact that Zelda seems to wield a bow here too, gives me a good feeling about it.
Now I'd like to end this video with...
Why, you useless fop!
Now what the heck is going on here?
You're supposed to be guarding the Triforce.
Well, excuse me, princess.
What do you want?
A kiss. Come on.
No.
Then we stay like this.
One Triforce of wisdom! And perhaps a little kiss.
These guys are so silly. They never shut up. Oh well. here's another thing you can do with the recorder. You can also use it as a weapon to beat up your enemies. Ah!